Welcome to this new video series about a country which is very underrated. And this country is Poland. The second city I discovered is Warsaw. Warsaw was really a surprise because I didn't know what to expect. Everybody says, yeah, Warsaw is not a touristic city, but don't believe them. Warsaw is pretty amazing. There's two sides of Warsaw. You have the old town, which has been completely rebuilt after the war. Gdańsk was completely destroyed during the Second World War, so you have a little bit of the old town, but then you also the new district. This is pretty amazing because when I went out of the train station in Warsaw, I heard so much noise, so much klaxon of the car, the ambulance, everything, the neon lights, the skyscrapers with neon lights on top on the rooftop. It looked like, I thought, where am I? It looked really like New York, like Manhattan. So you can really see the dynamism of Poland becoming a country which has changed so much in the last 20 years. This is where the economy must be booming because you have so many, this is like a business district. And then you have a much quieter side of Warsaw, which is the old town. So Warsaw definitely added to your list of cities to visit because I love it. There's so much to do. When I arrived at my hotel, this was in the old town and it felt like being in a completely different city. I was standing in the old town. Black Downs, Warsaw was 85% destroyed during the Second World War. I think after the Warsaw Uprising in 1944, Hitler wanted one thing. He just wanted to raze the city, completely erase it. He wanted to destroy it, and unfortunately the city sustained heavy damage. The historic center of Warsaw takes you back to the Baroque and neoclassical architecture of the Belle Epoque. So I started my walk around the city from the Sigismund's column to the monument of those fallen. So the column is called the Sigismund's column. You can't miss it. Standing on Senatowska Street, and I spotted it from a mile. This is the start of the old town. The 17th century column, which was reconstructed, topped by the statue of King Sigismund III. This is the king who moved the capital of Poland from Kraków to Warsaw. The column is standing on the Zamkowy Square. It's beautiful. It connects to the royal route, and on the east you have this. It's surrounded by the royal castle. I love the coral colors painted of the castles, but the National Stadium dominated the skyline on the eastern bank of the Vistula. It was built for the 2012 UEFA European Championship. I love photographing the square as the sun was setting because it casts a beautiful silhouette of passers-by against the historic townhouse. The old town and the market square. So the market square is a place of gathering to have a drink or dinner, and the old town is absolutely beautiful. Most of the buildings were rebuilt, one dating back to 1600. It made me feel a bit like being in Prague, but this was Warsaw. Don't miss the mermaid statue in the middle. The Barbican city wall, the original construction dates back to the 14th century. Walls are doubled with a walkway separating them. They are reinforced with towers and a fortress. Part of the walls as well were rebuilt after World War II. I loved walking on this wall to photograph the colorful houses opposite in Karolina Langoromska Park. I'm showing you the images now. It's a street bordered with antique shops, cafe. At number 16 you have the house where Marie Curie was born, which is now the Marie Curie Museum, and you also have a statue of Marie Curie. The new town market, I find it quite a great place to wander because if it's a good way to escape the crowds. People do not wander maybe this far. The square is surrounded by a colorful townhouse and a Baroque church. On the other end of the street you can spot the Roman Catholic Church of St. Casimir with its great copper dome. The New World, this was another part of Warsaw, which is more part of the royal route. It's an elegant street with cafes and restaurants, neoclassical building with impressive colonnades, which were reconstructed after World War II. For me, it was one of Warsaw's most elegant streets. I was trying to find where the place of the Warsaw Ghetto was, and there are signs on the floor, and you also have a little bit of a graphic. So I continue my walk out of towards the monument set in Muranowska, which is more a modern side of Warsaw. I try to find this impressive sculpture, which is made of wagon and trays filled with crosses symbolizing the 100,000 of Poles who were transported to the east and murdered in Soviet prison camps. So what did I love to photograph in Warsaw? The golden hour at Sigismund's column with the silhouette of the passers-by, the night photography in the business district. I just absolutely, and I used analogue. It was a bit, I think, verging on the scary side, because analogue, I didn't have a tripod, and I used CineStill 800. So I had to use a very slow shutter speed, 1/30th to 1/15, and unfortunately some of the images came out too dark, but I absolutely love the result. For sure I would recommend using a tripod, because you're going to have much more leeway to photograph night photography on film, especially with CineStill. But I think CineStill 800 tungsten is an absolutely beautiful film to use for this type of photography, and I just love the result because the sky, beautiful color. I also photographed the street lights. I show you the results now. I could have pushed the film to 1600. Definitely I would recommend using a tripod. In the historic center, I love photographing colorful houses with decorated entrance. You have just some beautiful ochre walls, blue, yellow, and you have the entrance. Really made an effort to reconstitute the houses as they were in 1600. I didn't really have time to explore a lot of Warsaw, but I definitely gonna be back. I just love the city. I just love the atmosphere. It's just such a modern city, and I think you can really feel the vibe of what the economy of Poland is going through. It's just so dynamic. Instead of visiting the museum, I decided to wander the street with my camera. I wanted to discover as much as I could on foot, but I had numerous museums to quench your thirst of history. Definitely would recommend the Marek Museum, the monument to the 1994 Rising, Adam Mickiewicz Museum Literature, the Museum of Warsaw, the National Museum, Copernicus Science Museum, Frederick Chopin Museum, the Polish Army Museum, the Polish Museum of the History of Jews. Let me know in the comment, have you been to Warsaw? Would you like to go? And share your impressions. I definitely would recommend to add, if you visit Poland, to add Warsaw to your list. It's such a dynamic city. I just enjoy my stay so much. It's a fantastic place to photograph and do photo walks. Speak to you soon.